And as you would expect, no ligature.
Aye!
Selmer Goldentone number 3. It almost looks like a plastic version of a vintage Autolink. If this thing sounds like one, I'm going to completely flip out. Okay, let's take a look at these rails here. The rails look pretty medium to thick. I would say that this chin area, this window, it looks a little bit offset to the left. Looks a tiny bit thicker on this side, but hopefully that won't be an issue. It looks really flat, very even right at the tip. I have this mostly kind of circular, one-dimensional chamber here. I'm trying to see if there's a deviation between the bore into the chamber. So this looks like a small chamber mouthpiece. I don't know how Selmer might, okay, right up in there. It might open up to a medium, just a little tiny bit. Take a look at this forehead. It does look like there's a little bit right here of some baffling. A little bit of an angle change right where that light is peaking. I'm going to throw my own mouthpiece protector on here. I'm going to use the Selmer Teeth and Mouthpiece Saver. So after busting this thing out, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting around a 77 to 85 tip opening with this. I don't know why they just called this thing a 3, but I've also haven't seen other more open tips or even lower tips for that matter for this mouthpiece. As far as this inside chin area goes here, it's pretty ramped. It's got like a long slope kind of ramp thing. The inside walls, I wish they were concave, but they're actually pretty flat. And I think that definitely contributes to this mouthpiece's resistance. Let's weigh this thing, see what we got. About 34.3 grams. And this is coming in at a very standard 104 millimeters. 104.4. Okay. This mouthpiece does look a little short shankish. So this board looks a little small also. So let's put this thing on his neck and see how it fits. Okay. Just as I predicted, this bore is fantastically small. Okay, let me just grease up something and put this on one of my necks that I'm not using very often. Okay. All right, V21 reed, 2.5. Let me try a different reed. Okay, Vandoren ZZ 2.5 reed. Okay, it's a bit resistant, but let's try another reed. It's a Vandoren Blue Box number 2. Okay, this one is much better, much more comfortable. All right, let's try the regular Vandoren 2.5 Red Box. These are reeds that I normally use. Definitely the easiest and most comfortable, but tone is getting a little edgier than what I would want from a mouthpiece like this. Okay, the tone is a little edgier than what I want, but it's very comfortable and very easy to play, and the tone is much more consistent with the Red Box 2.5 reed. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, somewhere between the Vandoren Blue Box number 2 and the Red Box Java 2.5, that will probably be the reeds that I use with a mouthpiece like this. And realistically, the Giardinelli is a much better balanced for Altissimo type of mouthpiece. So for something like this, I would probably just stick with the Vandoren Blue Box number 2. Here's the thing I always play. Okay. My overall impression of this mouthpiece is, first and foremost, give us a ligature. Second, it's really not a beginner mouthpiece. The kind of resistance, even with such a low tip opening with a 3 designation, which is not a 3 on the Autolink scale, but the mouthpiece is quite resistant. I actually had some pretty serious issues playing with the lower end of this mouthpiece with the selection of reeds that I had. I wound up settling on the Blue Box Vandoren number 2s and the Red Box 2.5 with this in order to get the best kind of jazz sound. Now, speaking of jazz, I think that this mouthpiece is actually really quite good as a jazz piece, but like it's a very specific kind of jazz piece where you have that very well mic'd set and you're playing with a pretty small group to really capture what this mouthpiece is capable of doing. I would love to get this in the hands of a real skilled technician because I do hear some elements of that Selmer short shank thing that's there. And I always like it when the company who makes the thing are the one that are making the best versions of it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. See ya!